finally back. And hopefully I'm not too tired to actually finish Intervallo 2. I mean, I was considering doing three mirror dungeons instead, but I was like, nah, I can leave that for Saturday or Sunday. So instead, I'll be going for continuing. Alright. To battle. Alright. Go! Ah. Let's go. Right. Honestly, I am feeling less tired than last night at least. So it shouldn't be a short stream this time. Or at least not too short like last time.
결국은 이렇게 떨어지죠. 불길 속으로. Ah, good. Oh, good. Good. Uh-oh. 먼지를 떨어내줘.
Whatever.
다 죽어라.
Hands down. Good.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도 피를 마시는 순간에는 생각나지.
Next one. Yeah.
그러니 가릴 것 없이 마음껏
Alright.
마셔.
You've been at it for about 2 days, perhaps. We were able to defeat a considerable number of trash crabs and collect enough scrap to fill a whole wagon and then some.
네, 이 정도면 해볼 수 있겠네요. 휴, 그럼 이제 쉬어도 되는 거지? 들려? 어깨 돌릴 때마다 뚜둑 소리 나고 있잖아.
로자 씨, 그러니까 겁이라도 주는 것 같잖아요. 자제를.
뭐 개조를 하는 데 드는 시간도 있을 테니 적어도 며칠은 즐길 수 있겠어. 물론 여전히 휴양과 어울리지 않는 곳이지만.
The sinners were all busy, stretching and chattering, relieved that the work was finally over. But I had a terrible feeling that this was probably not the end of our toil.
네? 쉬기는 뭘 쉬어요?
What? Of course. I knew it.
제가 말한 건 이제 시작만 해볼 수 있겠다고 말한 거예요.
에?
그렇다는 것은
당연히 더 주워오셔야죠.
에?
참고 삼아. 그 양은
지금의 한
Oh
5배?
dear.
미카, 후륜 쪽도 포함해야 할 것 같은데?
7배로
어.
했어요.
지금까지 효율을 고려하면 적절한 휴식은 취하지 못하겠군. 기존보다 수면에 할애하던 시간을 줄이는 편이 좋을 것이다.
Oi.
이럴 수는 없는 거요. 이럴 순 없어.
Huh? And Don Quixote looked as though she was about to collapse, a woeful look on her face.
아니 있잖아. 이런 고철 덩어리들을 주워온다고 작업이 되긴 되는 거야? 그야 고철을 적당히 볼트로 결합하는 방식이라면 죽도 밥도 안 되겠지만 유사의 특이점을 이용해 결합하는 과정을 거치면 마치 처음부터 자신의 부속품이었던 것처럼 기능하게 할 수 있으니까요. 유사? 걔네
Interesting.
특이점이라면 무슨 음식 완벽히 포장하는 기술 아니었어? 뜯기 전까지는 절대 내용물이 변하지 않는 그런 거였는데? 거기서 제조했던 통조림도 요긴하게 먹고 그랬었는데.
어째 누님과 똑같은 말씀을 하시네요. 둥지마다 특이점을 활용한 여러 기술들이 있을 수도 있는 거잖아요.
원리만 활용한다면 근본적인 특이점을 기반으로 얼마든지 활용하여 A사의 기반 특허를 낼 수 있습니다. 유사에서는 현상 보존 포장 기술과 더불어
Aww.
공명급수가 유명하죠.
공명급세.
Uh-oh.
그놈이랑 똑같았지. 여기저기에 엉겨붙고 유착되어서는 기어이 삼켜버리겠지. 언제 그랬냐는 듯.
Keep your... Ishmael, what's the problem? Ishmael, calm down.
지금이라도 베르길리우스 씨에게 말해주세요.
Calm down with your trauma until Canto 5.
다른 지부의 황금 가지를 해결하자고요.
Give me a moment, Ishmael. You okay?
지금은 충분하지 않아요. 모두의 경험도, 대호수에 대한 것도, 고래에 대한 지식도. 그래요. 제가 알려드리고 도와드릴게요. 충분한 시간이 지난 후에 도전해야만 하는 곳이에요. 저곳은. 그러니까
야, 자꾸 뭐 하자는 거야? 아까 먹은 크랩 차우더인지 뭔지가 잘못되기라도 했냐?
다 같이 그 개 같은 개딱지 내장을 긁어먹긴 했지만 전 아주 멀쩡해요.
근데 뭐가 문제야? 뭐 지금까지는 우리가 준비해서 쳐들어갔냐? 다 뒤져가면서 해결한 일이잖아.
죽고 죽어가면서 일을 처리한 게 어디 자랑할 거리는 아닌 거 아시죠? 저희가 그냥 해결사였다면 첫 임무부터 진작의 전원 사망으로 순식간에 협회에서 이름이 지워졌겠죠.
야, 누가 몰라? 나도 뒷골목 조직 생활하면서 몇 번이나 죽을 뻔했는데 목숨이 하나뿐인 걸 모르겠냐고. 그거랑
아이.
다르지. 지금의 시계 대가리 덕분에 여러 번 살아나고 있잖아.
지금까지 운이 좋았으니까 멀쩡하게 살아날 수 있었다고 생각하지는 않나 보죠?
아니, 야,
Oi.
왜 자꾸 못한다고 하는 건데? 환상체한테 머리가 깨져서 뒤졌으면 이번에 다리를 내주고 피하고 그렇게 계속 쳐부술 수 있는 거잖아. 어?
지금껏 겪었던 게 전부라고 생각하세요? 그럴 리가 없잖아요. 최악의 경우엔 복구가 불가능할 수도 있는 거예요. 시계를 아무리 쳐 돌려도 다시 원래대로 돌아가지도 못할 수 있다고요. 특히 그 거대한 고래는 됐어요.
설명해도 못 알아들을 것처럼 말하지 마라. 어?
Oh.
말도 못 알아듣는 버러지 취급하는 것 같아서 열받으니까. 개!
자, 말씀 좀 여쭙겠소.
Huh? It was perhaps because he was never the type to do such a thing. But the crowd immediately fell silent when Yi Song suddenly, loudly, and uncharacteristically intruded upon their argument.
그대들 버스에서 제법 하고픈 것이 많다 하지 않았는가? 과업이 남은 것은 사실이나 소기의 목표를 달한 것도 사실이요. 그렇다면 짤다알막한 휴식 정도는 바랄 수 있을 거라 보오만.
Oh,
단테
back to
이
the
정도는
original
괜찮지 않겠소?
conversation. Yi Song. This is the first time Yi Song appeared as so dependable since we started our bus journey. I nodded emphatically. Yeah, I agree with Yi Song. I think we can slow down for a bit and do some team building activities together. How's that sound?
네, 조금 쉬고 계셔도 될 것 같네요. 저희 쪽에서 준비가 되면 말씀드릴게요.
Ah.
그렇다면 비치 볼리볼 다들
uh,
않겠는가?
With Don Quixote's well-timed assist, the almost icy mood seemed to defrost slightly. Beach volleyball. Wait. This is a... Ah.
돈 벌러 가자. 본인이 똑똑히 보았다네. 분명 밀려들어온 태풍과 쓰레기들 사이에서 공 같은 것이 있었음을. 공도 있고 사람도 해변도 있으니 이럴 때 놀지 않는다는 것은 불합리하다고 해도 과언이 아니지 않겠는가?
이걸 해변이라고 부를 수 있는지는 모르겠지만요.
돈키호테.
그런 거 아니라니까?
본인도 아오. 주어는 고마우나 우리 모두의 단합을 위해 잠시 휴식하는 것이 도움이 되지 않겠는가 하는 마음인 것이요.
그래. 앞으로는 표정이라도 숨기면서 말하는 게 어때?
아니, 나도 동의하오.
이상씨?
돌이켜보면 벗들과 이렇다 할 체육 활동을 한 적도 없어.
I did pretty well. I first tried the last boss. I first tried Dongrang in both his first and the second battle. So I did pretty good.
구기 종목에 특출한 재능이 있는 것은 아니지만 이참에 경험하는 것도 귀중할 테지.
It did take me hold on. Oh, you mean, oh, that one. I cut the 40 minutes of me falling asleep at that one point. So it's now under videos instead of live. The original stream is privated for that reason, so it won't show up in live. And of course, the last stream was a bit short, as in last night's stream, because I was definitely tired, just like when I was ending Canto 4. But I'm actually feeling not as tired tonight, so. Alright.
그러니 해봄이 어떤가? 빨리 볼.
아 참.
준비가 안 됐는데. 한그렇게 공연을 튀기고 있을 때가 아닌데. 애초에 우리는 요새 너무 풀어졌어.
Keep your trauma to Canto 5, Ishmael!
좋았던 거겠지.
Come on! Ishmael was starting to practically ooze all over with an ominous aura. No, I fell asleep and took a nap. I fell asleep for those 45 minutes. I was definitely very tired. But after that, I was able to finish Canto 4. Last night, I was on the verge of falling asleep, so I was like, might as well cut it there. Might be a good idea to divert her attention for a bit. Let's play beach volleyball.
현명한 선택이야.
Volleyball.
내가 공을 찾아오겠네.
Brr.
아 그거 참.
관리자께서 결정하신 유희다. 모두 표정 풀고 기쁘게 받들도록.
아 알았다고. 아 뛰다가 허리나 삐끗하지 않으면 좋겠구만.
경기 규칙과 규격은 알고 있다. 직접 경기장을
Old man Gregor. There were grumbling sinners, beaming sinners, reticent sinners. Their reactions were all varied, but everyone eventually moseyed out to an empty lot to play beach volleyball. I stretched, hoping that this activity would help break up the tense atmosphere. Sometime later,
자, 그럼 가겠어.
the field was drawn over a squelchy mudflat. The worn ball rocketed into the air with Don Quixote's serve.
이렇게 하는 것이요?
With these songs nice to receive, it was starting to look like we had a proper game going.
그렇지. 잘하네.
으차.
어이구야.
쓸데없는 짓이야.
Oh, Ishmael! Stop dampening the mood with your trauma. Keep it to Canto 5. Come on.
훈련의 일종이다.
You're not supposed to hit the ball with your sword. Well,
내가 받았어.
이럴 시간에 고래의 특징이라도 공부해 둔다면
she really doesn't.
대호수를 건너갈 나침반도 없는 것 같고.
She is contemplating A lot.
그 자식은 분명히 어떻게든 살아 있을 거야.
아이씨 진짜.
Understandable. Heathcliff, unable to stand Ishmael's attitude any longer, kicked the ball with enough force that it just might burst. Uh-oh. And the ball flew way over the mark, toward the boundary, separating us from the pristine beach we saw a few days ago. Oh dear.
네, 가시되지 않은 플라즈마 장이 형성되어 있는 것 같군요.
A field of plasma? Who put a field of plasma on a beach?
둥지와 뒷골목을 구분하기 위한 일종의 장치죠.
Well
형식은
then.
제각각이더라도 모든 둥지의 경계에는 비슷한 것들이 존재합니다.
뻔하지. 뒷골목 사람들이 둥지로 못 끼어 들어오게 하려는 울타리는 어디에나 흔하게 있으니까. 그런데 말이야, 저 기술로는 흔적도 안 남게 할 수도 있었을 텐데 저런다는 건 보란 듯이 터뜨려 버려서 그것마저도 오락으로 만들려는 생각인 거지. 부자들은 즐길 놀이가 많겠어.
기술의 구체적인
Well then.
의도나 과시성에 대해서는 제 쪽에선 말할 수 있는 게 없군요.
She doesn't do.
1시간이나 걸려서 찾았는데.
다들 정신 차려. 저 공 터지는 소리 때문에
Poor
개딱지들이
Don.
몰려오고 있다고.
Poor Don. Oof.
너 이따가 보자.
God dang it, Heathcliff. God dang it, Ishmael. You really thought that this could be the activity to dramatically bring us all together. Well, gone to hell. Why does this keep happening?
뭐 이제는 익숙해질 때도 되지 않았나 관리 장반? 저것 때부터 빠르게 처리하자고.
Yeah. Oh, they're all defending. Okay, that's fine.
제대로 찝었군.
불길 속으로.
자, 한 건 했고.
묵은 먼지도
이제 끝내지.
뚫리고
다 죽어라. 불길 속으로.
I haven't seen it in full, no. But, alright. It's Project Moon.
꿰뚫려라.
따뜻한.
I mean, I've seen an image, yeah. The image, yeah. With Ishmael and all. Looking Christmassy.
불길 속으로.
꿰뚫리고 피 쏟아내.
걸려라. 자, 한 건 했고.
Alright. Now the question is if I want to try a 10 pull for that, or just save the lunacy for Walpurgis.
것 없이 마음껏 마셔.
Tough choice. I went for this 10 pull because
라만 차렌드를 뒤엎는다.
why not?
먼지를 떨어내줘.
다음은 고통스러운 법.
This reminds me, I plan on using fast at some point because I have fluid sack now. So I completed the new manager's event.
다 죽어라. 삶은 고통스러운 법.
So I was able to get the season 1 Ego ticket. Oh, gun. Nice.
걸려라.
I can definitely use a Heathcliff ID, honestly.
제대로 찝었군.
Because I have not gotten any Heathcliff IDs.
가자.
이제 끝내지.
Although the I don't know if the teaser is for an Ego or an ID for Ishmael. I know it's for Ishmael, but I don't know if it's an ID or Ego. So could be either one, but more likely an Ego. Ego. Hey Ishmael.
네.
Can we talk, at least for a bit? Called over to Ishmael once the battle was over. Right, I've never done anything like this before. I don't even know if this is the right thing to do, or what kind of results this conversation is going to yield, but I can't just sit here and watch.
네. 그러시던가요.
It looks to me that you've been preoccupied with something ever since we got here. You know, you're not really participating in group activities and things like that.
당연하죠. 중요한 건 따로 있는데 여기서 정신 놓고 희희낙낙하고 있으니까요.
There's something more important. This about the Great Lake? I do use support IDs from time to time. When I feel like it, of course. That we, in our current state, shouldn't go there.
네.
Right. So why do you think that we don't have a chance against whatever is there?
말씀드렸잖아요. 아직 준비가 안 됐으니까. 적어도 반년은 호수와 그것들에게 익숙해질 필요가 있다고요. 아니면 그에 상응하는 경험을 더 쌓는다던가요. 관리자님도 마찬가지예요. 적어도 자신의 몸을 지킬 정도는. 아, 관리자님의 단련이라면 제가 도울 수 있어요. 그리고 오티스 씨도
Yeah.
분명 관리자님을 돕는 것에는 협조하겠죠.
그럴 만한 상황이 온다면
But wait. Half a year, Ishmael? Just don't have that much time to spare.
허비? 허비라고 생각하시나요? 지금 저희가 하고 있는 짓들이 더 허비 같은데요? 그리고 놀고 있자고 말씀드린 게 아니잖아요. 그저 행선지를 잠시 다른 곳으로 돌렸다가 돌아오면 되는 건데요?
그건 불가능합니다. 모든 구획의 황금 가지를 파악한 것도 아닐 뿐더러 비포팀의 사전 답사가 준비된 것도 아니니까요.
핑계는 다른 잘난 이유가 있다는 것쯤은 오래전부터 알고 있었어요. 그리고 뭐가 됐든 이번엔 그 생각이 틀렸다는 걸 뼈저리게 느끼시게 될 테죠.
그럴지도요.
개판이네 정말. 그러면 적어도 상세한 항해 계획과 전투 방향을.
듣자 하니까.
Just when I thought our discussion was reaching a stalemate, Heathcliff butted in.
당신은 또
Uh-oh.
뭔데요?
닥쳐. 지금 너 혼자 개고생해? 여태껏 다 쳐 뒤져가면서 굴러왔잖아. 여기 있는 놈들 전부.
Well, except Dante.
이번에도 결국 어떻게든 될 거라고.
그러니까 대호수 위에서는 그런 방법은 통하지 않는다고요. 관리자님이 수정당해도 끝이고 그것에게 우리가 먹혀서 더는 시간을 되돌리지 못할 수도 있다고요. 알아듣겠어요? 지금까지의 상식으로 움직이다간 진짜 우리는 끝장날 수도 있다고요. 그러면 그 새끼도 못 죽일 테고.
좋아. 네 말이 맞다고 쳐. 이대로 가면 우린 다 돼지고 나도 아니
Who's
할
Cass?
수 없게 될 거라고 치자고. 그래서 잠깐이라도 놀면 뭐가 좀 덧나냐? 그 망할 고래 새끼들이
Can't
더
do sex
세져?
stuff, I assume.
분위기를 계속 조져놨으면 같이 어울리는 척이라도 해야 될 거 아니야, 상식적으로.
제법 웃기네요. 히스클리프 씨? 당신이 뭘 안다고 상식 운우네요. 고래를 만나본 적은 있어요? 데오스에 가본 적이나 있고? 뭘 답지 않게 이제 와서 아는 척이죠? 배 위의 생활에 대해서는 알기나 해요. 알 리가 없죠. 팔자 좋게 자기 연인인지 뭔지 모를 이름이나 중얼대고 버스에 기대 졸다가 틈나면 성질이나 바락바락 내는 댁은.
그만해라.
물 아래에서 기어오는 것과 하늘 위에서 떨어지는 것, 그 모든 것들을 죽여야 하고, 산성 태풍, 참치 쓰나미, 뇌압 폭풍 같은 이름도 다 떠올리기 힘든 수많은 종류의 호수 재해들과 그 폭풍 때문에 발생하는 산만한 크기의 파도, 크게 지나가면 또다시 나타나는 개같은 괴물들. 등을 맡긴 동료는 잠시 한눈판 사이에 죽어있고 하나같이 미쳐 돌아가는 사람들로 바뀌어가는 그 지옥 같은 호수에 대한 모든 일들은 당신 같은 얼빠진 사랑놀이 중인 반푼이는 100번 더 죽어도 모를 일일 테니까.
그만하라고 했지!
Before anyone could even step in, Heathcliff swung wildly at Ishmael.
너 따위가 뭘 안다고 함부로 짓거려!
Well,
이보게
I mean, I figured this would be the end result. The tussle was such a blitz that no one could even attempt to intervene. His song almost looked pitiful as he stood there, bewildered. For a moment, it appeared as though Heathcliff had the upper hand as his fist struck Ishmael right in her jaw. Just as Ishmael appeared to throw a punch, she kicked Heathcliff's leg, throwing him to the ground. Yeah, got the upper hand. Ishmael, wait! In the blink of an eye, Ishmael took up her mace. Well, she raised it at its high as though she could strike it down at any moment. Her arm trembles with uncontrollable fury.
그래, 머리통을 내려치려고 내가 전에
Well.
했던 것처럼 죽여. 상관없어. 어차피 살아날 테니까. 나하고 다를 거라 생각한 내가 바보지.
Aww.
역시 다들 똑같네.
Ah. I wasn't sure what caused her sudden change of heart, but it was a relief of sorts, at least. She looked at Heathcliff with her eyes wide open, and dropped the mace to the ground.
이런 불상사를 다시 보고 싶진 않았소만 결국 벗들과의 다툼은 피할 수가 없는 일인가.
쟤네 보니까 우리 옛날 생각나지 않아?
Aw.
저렇게 치고받고 싸울 때가 있었는데.
누님, 쉿, 쉿.
단테, 첫 임무로부터 큰 분란이 발생한 적은 없었기에 이야기하지는 않았지만 수감자들의 업무 불안은 관리 실패로 간주되어 추후 귀책 사유를 물을 수 있습니다.
Oi. What the hell was I supposed to do about this? Was what I wanted to say, but I managed to hold my metaphorical tongue.
이것이 어떻게 관리자님의 책임이지? 저 머저리들이 멋대로 싸웠을 뿐이지 않나?
그러한 일을 벌어지지 않게 하는 것이 관리라는 직무죠.
I mean,
이놈.
not wrong, but
그만해요, 여러분.
still, I
맞소.
agree
이런
with
상황은
Otis.
영웅적인 우리 림버스 컴퍼니와는 어울리지 않소.
Sinclair's hesitance and Don Quixote's attempts to defuse caused some passive voice and Otis's increasingly rising voice in my defense. All of that combined was starting to get incredibly irritating. Aww. Stop. Guys, enough. I had no other recourse left at this moment. Ishmael Heathcliff.
뭐
The two of you stop working together for a while. Distance yourselves. At least until I can think of a way to deal with you two.
나라고 저 면상을 굳이 찾아보고 싶진 않아.
As the mood fell into a pit of as depressing as this mudflat.
자, 이제 견적도 나왔으니까 슬슬 폐품을 모으러 가셔도 될 것 같네요.
We spent the next few days collecting scraps with the rest of the sinners. Well,
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도
next one.
하시는 순간
Time to collect
생각나지
scrap.
않을 거다.
Let's go.
버틀러 차원 가방 준비 완료했습니다.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
꿰뚫려라.
걸려라. 가자.
I know there's either a boss. No, there is only a boss. Okay. Yeah, because there shouldn't be a dungeon, if I remember right. There'll be a dungeon next Intervallo, but not this one. I think. Right? Either the next Intervallo or the... That's still the same Intervallo, so either the first part or the second part.
먼지를 떨어내줘.
따뜻한
불길 속으로.
꿰뚫려라. 쏟아내라. 흐르는 피로 쏟아내라.
Okay. Let's keep on Hitting Sinclair, I guess. Whatever.
자,
There we go.
한번
Ooh.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도
Alright.
일어나시는 순간에는 생각나지 않을 거다. 그러니
Story stage. Let's go. The days were as suffocating for them as it was for me. Well, save for Otis, maybe.
어이, 그렇게 연결하면 흡기 쪽에 문제가 생기잖아.
그러면 어떻게 해요? 라인이 3개나 나뉘는데.
답답하군. 직접 시범을 보이지. 이런 건 내가 공병대들과 작전을 지휘했을 때에 비하면
Aww. Otis, who appeared to be rather knowledgeable in engineering, continued to support Muller Boatworks bus modifications.
파우스트 양, 혹여 수감자들의 신상 명세서에 기호품이나 취향에 대한 기록은 없소.
그런 것까지
Aww.
작성해두지는 않습니다. 이상 씨, 벌써 몇 번이나 말씀드렸지만 지금의 조치는 관리자님의 판단을 우선하는 것이 올바른 수감자.
에헤이! 싸운 거 풀 때는 술만한 게 없다니까. 어디 내 비장의 술이라도 내줘?
설마 지난번부터 계속 말한 킹크랩계 뇌수 담금주요?
그건 나도 좀 땡기는데.
아니요. 내가 직접 물어보겠네. 마음은 고맙네.
Aww.
안 될 것 같은데.
The song was trying to come up with various ways to bring Heathcliff and Ishmael's feud to a close.
분.
아니, 여기서는 다
Huh?
이 맞다.
We're sort of finally speaking Yoshi's language.
있을 때 그렇게 해보는 것도 새로운 예술을 추구하는 방향이겠군.
고통을 더 가하기 위한 제안은 아니었으며 그저 조리하기에 알맞은 방향을 말한 것뿐이다.
저희 언제 저녁 먹을 수 있어요? 벌써 그 대화만 30분째예요.
레인, 나 죽어. 배에서 크랩개들 울음소리가 나.
누님, 정신 차리셔야 합니다.
It seemed that Ryoshi and Mirsalt were trying to come up with a way to make the trash crabs more palatable. Not that I had any taste buds or mouth, but it was starting to resemble actual food, at least in its presentation.
꼬맹이들, 그리로 튄다. 꼬맹이!
Oh.
아니요. 자, 싱클레어군, 마무리를 부탁함세.
그레고르 씨, 저는 왼쪽 다리 할게요.
알았다고. 으차.
Most other sinners were busy themselves with hunting trash crabs and collecting scrap. They say that practice makes perfect, and everyone was already performing rather well-coordinated attacks, even without my input. As for Heathcliff,
와, 그레고로 씨, 불쇼라도 보여주시는 건가요?
좀 더 화려하게 휘감더라.
아니, 저건 그냥 타는 거잖아요.
빼내었다. 이미 음식의 기능은 상실한 것 같지만.
oh,
나 주시오. 아직 다리를 3개밖에 먹지 못하였어.
oh,
히스클리프군.
Heathcliff.
뭐야 그게 저기
Where's
길잡이
Ishmael?
그 인간이랑 면담하고 왔어. 이제 괜찮아.
Ah, Virgilius
맞지?
did indeed step in.
아무튼 말썽은 안 일으키도록 하겠어. 그것뿐이야. 그러니까 나도 하나만.
I don't know if Joyce really had just talk with Heathcliff, but I'm glad that, unlike most other times, he's here to at least get Heathcliff to calm down. But Ishmael...
딴테,
Uh-oh.
잠깐 괜찮겠습니까? 오가는 대화가 아니라 일방적인 얘기겠지만 이미 대충 전달받았겠습니다만 두 문제아들에 대한 면담을 진행했었습니다. 보았던 것처럼 히스클리프에게는 교육을 진행해 효과를 보았지만 이스마엘은 해결되진 않았습니다. 정확히는 해결할 이유가 없다고 할까?
What are you talking about?
무슨 뜻인지 묻고 있겠군. 설마 설명까지 덧붙이는 친절을 바라는 건 아니겠죠.
I mean, I already know.
직접 깨닫는 날이 올 겁니다.
I mean, it's easy to figure out anyway.
애들 뒷바라지나 해주는 듯한 일은 제 소관이 아니니까 말입니다. 관리자 단테.
I know you're putting in extra work. I appreciate it.
앞으로는 제가 나서는 일은
아.
없었으면 합니다. 제가 먼저 둘 사이에 면담을 한 것은 최근 업무 성과가 나쁘지 않았던 것에 대한 작은 성이라고나 생각해 두시죠. 그럼 저는 그 어금니 사무소 해결사들과 얘기할 것이 남아서.
Like that, Ishmael was left alone with little progress to speak of. According to the people from the boatworks, she apparently snuck out alone late at night to make various preparations. Even when I visited her, I found her hanging out about and called over to her. She didn't respond to me at all. She wasn't ignoring me, rather, she seemed too deeply fixated on what she was doing. What did I do about her? No, what was I supposed to do then? Well, a clear answer still eluded me. Mephistopheles, Mr. Mayor, was entering its final stages. Alright. Make sure I don't fall asleep. So I'm sitting up. Oh my god.
언제나 준비되어
Okay, you and you.
언제든지요.
Someone said that that one time against Dongbek was the only time I'd get to use 7 sinners. Yes, I can use 7 sinners. Let's go. Hold on. This one. Yep, this one. Alright. To battle. Yeah.
어디 있는가?
It's fine, I'm sitting up now. And sitting up more than I was before. And all the sinners, save for Ishmael, gather to behold this finished product.
이것이 새롭게 변한 버스의 모습이요?
이것은 버스배요, 배버스요.
I think I'll go with busboat?
바퀴는 어디 갔죠? 이러면 유사 이후에는
쓸데없는 걱정이군. 당연히 배와 버스의 형태를 오갈 수 있게 개조했지.
그런 신기한 요술 버스 같은 일이 진짜 일어난다고?
메피스토펠레스는 원래부터 여러 가능성에서부터 나오는 각종 기능을 지닌 버스였어요. 파우스트가 말하지 않았나요?
자자, 그쯤들 하시고 시동을 걸어보죠.
As Mika fiddled with its controls, the bus boat shuddered awake. Huh? And it sputtered off with the odd screeching noise we heard earlier.
뭔가 부족한 것 같은데요. 형상 변환 쪽 장치가 문제인가?
귀청 떨어지는 줄 알았네. 대체 뭐가 부족하면 저런 소리가 나는 거야?
미카, 아무래도 저번에 적당히 때운 그게...
뭐? 적당이라고 했나?
어쩔 수 없었다고요. 부품이 모자랐단 말이에요. 원래는 대체가 안 되는 부품이 있는데 그게...
분명 엔진
Dante's,
이전에 마주했던
Oh.
거대 돌연변이 개체입니다. 이쪽으로 오고 있군요.
Oh dear.
전과 같은
Oh.
소리에 이끌렸나 보.
마침 잘 됐네. 저 커다란 놈 분명 등딱지에 그 부품을 달고 있었어. 맞지?
Good.
그렇긴 한데요.
누님, 아니죠?
Perfect.
맞는데 그 부품이 비싸고 만들기 힘들어서 많이들 필요로 한다는 그거 맞잖아.
근처에 있던 다른 보트센터 직원분들도 많이들 돌아가셨다는 건 기억하고 계시죠?
그거야 부품 때문이 아니라 갑자기 덮쳐 들어온 거니까 그런 거고. 지금은 여기 우리를 도와주실 분들이 이렇게나 많이 있으니까. 맞다, 우리 완전 거질 때부터 보트센터 세우는 걸 도와주던 분들도 저놈이 다 죽였지? 이번 기회에 속 시원하게 박살내버리자. 킹크랩계 뇌수 담금주도 더 만들고.
누님?
우리도 나눠줄 거지?
우리요?
이번 킹크랩계는 몇 년씩이나 해를 묵었다고 하니까요. 같은 놈이겠네요.
아무튼 그놈만 잡아 죽이면 해결된다는 거 맞냐?
바로 그렇지.
바로 그렇다는데 시계대가리.
Heathcliff turned to me, visibly eager to go up and crush some shells.
아니요. 차라리 잘 됐지 않나요?
Ishmael?
나 참, 미스, 어디 있다가 온 거야?
당연히 대호수에서 버틸 수 있는 준비들을 하고 있었죠. 고래에 대한 가이드라도 빼곡하게 만들어둬야 최소한의 공부라도 하지 않겠나요?
나 그런 거 안 읽는 거 알면서 또 그런다.
그럼 읽을 수밖에 없도록 귀에 못이 박히게 해드리죠. 관리자님, 보셨죠? 저희에게는 아직도 시간이 필요해요. 준비해야 할 것도 훨씬 많고요. 저 킹크립계는 쫓아낼 수 있는 거잖아요. 그럼 그렇게 해두고 버스 개조는 좀 더 뒤로 미루죠. 그렇게 시간을 벌면...
Ishmael, I'm not sure. My lack of memory doesn't help, of course, but... I don't get what you're so scared of, or what we're supposed to be preparing for. As much as I want to respect your opinions and reflect them, I don't think this is the best time for it, though.
모두는 무슨 모두예요.
Huh?
솔직해지죠, 저희. 지금 여기에 정말로 모두를 위해서 희생하는 사람들이 있나요? 다들 자신만의 목표를 이루기 위해 림버스 컴퍼니와 계약했죠. 저도, 이전번의 이상씨도, 그리고 나머지의 모든 수감자들도요. 결국 자신이 이루고 싶은 걸 이루기 위한 거 아닌가요? 그리고 당신도 기억을 되찾기 위해서 생전 알지도 못했던 황금 가지라는 걸 억지로 찾아다니고 있는 거잖아요. 누구보다 개인적인 동기로 움직이면서 왜 모두를 위하는 척이신 거죠?
너 이 자식, 감히 관리자님께!
그만.
Oh, here comes Virgilius. Virgilius, who seemed to have been discreetly listening in on our conversation, joined as though he'd been a part of it from the start.
이스마일, 면담 때 분명하게 이야기했지. 계약을 지키는 것이 우선이라고.
계약? 그래요. 여기는 회사니까 그렇겠죠.
Ishmael glared at me with a face unlike anything she'd shown before. I sensed clear hostility in her eyes.
그래요. 그 잘난 계약은 지키죠. 관리자님. 당신이 시키신다면 따르기는 할 거예요. 그러니까 앞으로 제게 바라는 게 있다면 확실하게 말해주세요. 앞으로 제가 주제넘게 나서서 무언가를 돕거나 설명하는 일은 없을 테니까. 뭐예요? 저 집채만하게 큰 놈 죽이러 가자는 명령 아니었나요? 명령해 주시는 대로 계약에 따라 기꺼이 따르죠. 관리자 단테님.
After Ishmael finished speaking, she blankly stared at me as if awaiting my order. To which I could only reply with, let's go. As soon as I finished, Ishmael turned around and left the shop as if on cue. All I could do was lead the other sinners and follow her. Just then, I heard vicious sounds of crashing waves and roars of an all-crushing storm. Visions of destruction passed up before me. Limbs and bits of flesh tear off in the shredding storm that brings crashing waves. Ishmael clings to the ship for dear life, and a behemoth of an eye, its overwhelming and all-consuming size looming over the ship, watches her in silence. Perhaps this could be a clue to Ishmael's perplexing behavior. Gee, I wonder. Well. Ooh.
깨달음은 괴롭지. 완전히 녹아내렸네. 불길 속으로 그 오물을 떼어내주지.
뻔하지. 예쁘네, 네 피분수.
정출할게요.
자, 나의 승리다.
Alright.
이제 끝내지.
Wave 2.
불길 속으로 깨달음은 괴롭지.
뚫리고. 가족을 위해. 따뜻하게 뚫리고. 자, 나의 승리다.
불길 속으로.
묵은 먼지도 결국은 이렇게 떨어지죠.
완벽한 거리군.
다 죽어라.
뻔하지. 자, 나의 승리다.
Alright. Damn. Oh well.
완벽한 거리군. 뚫리고.
Yeesh.
그 자식은 아직 살아있을 거야.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
뻔하지.
비로군.
적출할게요. 그 오물을 떼어내주지.
뻔하지.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Well,
달려라 로신한테. 정의는 승리한다.
yeah. There we go.
너희의 무기로 이 혈투를 승리로 이끌.
불길 속으로.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
나의 손으로 잘라낼 수 있다.
Die already. Oh. Good. There we go. Food. According to Virgilius, The people at the boatworks have been saving up for a trip back to V-Corp's back streets where their fixer office used to be. After experiencing a warp train malfunction, they apparently decided they'd rather take the car. Very understandable. I considered telling them the truth I learned from a number of identities, but I figured ignorance is bliss. Kept my figurative mouth shut. Maybe I feared that the things I said could bring bad results again. Like how Ishmael has fallen out with me.
자, 걸려라.
오, 걸렸어.
Oh.
이걸로 완성이네요.
마침 밀물대네요. 지금 출발하실 수 있을 겁니다.
자, 그럼 보트 형태로 전환.
이렇게 변하는군.
이 차량을 설계한 분이 존경스럽네요. 사실 저도 듣기만 들었지 실제로 이렇게 작동하는 건 처음 봐서. 아마 이 차량의 핵심만 건재하다면 다른 형태로도 충분히 바뀔 수 있을걸요? 어떻게 이런 코어가 존재할 수 있는 거죠? 정말 대단하다는 말밖에는 나오지가 않네요.
네, 파우스트는 대단합니다.
자, 그럼 다들 탑승하세요. 물가에 가서 배로 다시 전환하면 될 거예요.
Aboard the now boat-shaped Mephistopheles, we forged ahead into the ever-rising waters. My relationship with Ishmael, it was so precarious, which was something I still wasn't sure what to do about. But since some of the sinners were also trying to be supportive towards Ishmael, I decided that it would be best if I tried to come up with a solution in the meantime. Maybe I'll find out more the further we get from the shores of the Great Lake.
잘 나아가네요.
그럼 우리 이제 돈 받아서 외식하러 갈 수 있는 거야?
돈이라면 아까 받았어요. 계약 이행 완료하자마자 제비아치 협회에서 보낸 배송 전문 해결사가 오시더니 바로 잔금을 치러주시던데요.
오, 생각보다 어마어마한 회사였는데? 좋아! 잔뜩 벌었으니 오늘은 크랩게 말고 오랜만에 돼지고기 어때? 삼겹살로!
좋죠, 누님.
그런데 미카.
네?
이번 개조 목록에 잠수 기능도 있었어?
그럴 리가요?
저거 기우는 것 같은데.
야, 빨리 물 빼! 양동이는 어딨죠? 구멍을 찾았어. 이곳에.
출발할게. 보글보글.
Glove, glove.
구명보트 꺼내올게요.
Well.
위약금 낼 준비나 해야겠네요.
조졌군.
With our frantic attempts to drain the bus and Karn's skillful rowing, we managed to get back to the boatworks and have the bus repaired. With that, our voyage on the Great Lake began somehow in earnest. Well then.
피분수가 폭죽보다도 높이 솟아올랐어.
Let's see. Tails. Pass to the back door. Aww. Yeah. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. Whether we're riding the bus through a forest or navigating the bus boat over a vast lake, our daily routine changes very little. Thank you kindly. Starting now, you all will be given a maximum of 12 hours to partake in sleep and usual hubbub, followed by the usual leisurely idleness. I guess I'm not the only one starting to enjoy these normal routine days. It wasn't by our choice, though. By now, I thought we'd be sailing vigorously across the waters toward the Lobotomy Corp, branch located somewhere within U-Corp. But here we are, unable to leave the coastal side of the Great Lake, dawdling and twiddling our thumbs. Well, it's not like there's been an accident. While Faust didn't elaborate, she explained that we had to wait for now. If I were to hazard a guess, we were waiting for here to complete some kind of an entry procedure like we did at K-Corp. Either that, or we were waiting for someone, probably the before team, to get in touch with us. Which brings us here, surrounded by nothing but endless water. The sinners chattered about unnamed subjects before complaining about this immense boredom. But deep down, we were all exhausted from the unending onslaught of physically and emotionally draining happenings. Deep down, we all knew that these leisurely days would not last. So we each elected to enjoy this brief maritime respite in our own ways. Oof. If I need mine assistance, as I have repeatedly made myself clear, I am quite alright. Thy countenance, returning the contents within thy stomach to the lake with such vigor, saith otherwise. Except for you, Song, who had a surprisingly low tolerance for seasickness. This voyage was proving to be rather uneventful. Song, the day's over. You can go back to your room now. Oh, shall I finally be freed from this suffering? Seriously, I told you that you could rest in your room if you wanted. Our fellows must also have their share of suffering. I cannot, in good faith, seek comfort only for myself. You're the one with the biggest share of suffering right now. I wish that he would be more reasonable with himself. I could see where he was coming from. I thought better of it than to try to convince him. I instead chose to help lead Song to his room. I thank you, Dante. Then, until later. I waved at him and watched until he stumbled into his room and closed the door behind him. I shall seek myself respite as well, my dear squire. Rest well. Don Quixote walked into the same door that Yusung had walked into. I could get a blurry glimpse into her room over her shoulder. I couldn't get a good look at it, but it was certainly not the same room Yusung had walked into. I see these doors every day, but I still don't get it. I should probably be used to this by now, but it's still pretty fascinating how the rooms changed based on who opened the doors. I turned, leaving the shut door behind, ready to return to my room. There's a door immediately to the right side of that demarcation of the corridor we're not allowed to cross. Within that door is a space somewhat different from the sinners' rooms. In there were the wooden door to my room, and a metal door leading into the mirror dungeons. The doors leading into the excavation dungeons, and the recently opened door to the refraction railway. That's not open yet, you... Anyway, I mean, it was open back then, when this was... You know... When it was Season 2, or Season 3, but not now. But anyway. I'll just come to you. No new doors yet. For no reason in particular, I kick those doors open and take a quick peek inside to see if anything changed. Well, I've never actually managed to catch any changes myself, but who knows? Maybe I'll notice something worth keeping to myself. Which I should probably report to Faust. Something must have caught wind of my rather mischievous thought. An ear-splitting siren blares all the way here from the other end of the bus. Blimey, what the hell is... Oh boy, this again. M.E. Feel the volume. That was a deeper voice than I intended, but hey, whatever. Spun around to face the other side of the corridor. The sinners, alarmed by the noise, were one by one peeking out of their rooms. They were used to this siren by now, but that didn't change the unpleasant fact that their sweet private hours were disturbed. Oh, much, Dante. Let us observe this disturbance together. Okay. I accompanied Faust to the helm. She fiddled with a few buttons and shut off the alarm. Comprehensible, complicated-looking letters began to fill the round screen. Is that a new room? Even Faust needs a moment to decipher. Right. Sirens always comes without a warning. And with it appeared the mirror dungeons, the excavation dungeons, and the refraction railways. I don't know if it's relevant, but I don't see anything that would indicate I checked the railway door earlier. It's unlikely that anything new would appear from that entrance. I find it difficult to believe that the next line would arrive so soon, when the glow of the door leading to line 2 has yet to go out. Guess you're right. Now, the first railway really took me by surprise when it appeared. A new door had appeared before us, its edges shimmering with a blue glow. When we entered it, a mysterious vehicle was just sitting there, waiting for us. Its appearance somewhat resembled that of Mephistopheles, but it was also patently clear that I'd never seen anything like it before. An odd feeling. I see that your first encounter with the train has left a strong impression, Dante. Yeah, it is said to be quite long, especially when I'm reading aloud. Well, I recall that you had a rather violent reaction when I entered the train to observe its interiors. Come on, I wasn't the only one that freaked out. Everyone did. What if that thing left the station before the rest of us got on? Was what I wanted to say to Faust? To say if Faust hadn't already turned around from the screen, which her eyes had been metaphorically glued for a while, and walked away. Yep, that was... This was Railway 4. Or 3 or 4. It's probably 4. Wasn't it, then? No, this particular volatility is not something we can utilize. Right, I thought it was an awkward time for a new door to appear. Too soon. The dungeons and the railways appeared at awkward times as well, Dante. I recommend that you refrain from settling into a premature conclusion. A new variable may present itself at any moment. Moreover, if this volatility has triggered an alarm in Mephistopheles' engine, then it naturally follows that a new door has appeared at an indeterminate location down the corridor. This may reveal a space from which one could never return. It's best that we keep track of these incidents. I mean, Heathcliff won't do anything like that again. Probably. As per my last advice to you, a premature conclusion is... Regardless, no serious issues have been detected at this moment. It would be most apt that we enjoy our remaining rest period. Now, if you will excuse me, rest well, Dante. With those as their parting words, Faust disappeared into her room in her usual manner. And I left alone again on this boat. I looked at the numerous letters displayed on the screen. Numbers, unintelligible letters, drawings, and symbols depicting something. I had to shake my clock head after staring at that dizzying sight for a while. I wonder if this is how Song felt earlier. I was starting to feel nauseous. I was barely able to hold back the vertigo from setting in. I sauntered back to my room. Let's turn in early tonight. Alright. And Mini 2. All Progress Night 1. It's gonna be a long one, isn't it? Oh no. Another day, another prolonged and dreary period of waiting, and some more waiting for something to happen. Of course, our bus boat was still floating on the coastal Great Lake. Voices of discontent among the sinners started small, but they have been growing increasingly incessant as of late. Ah, holy crap. All of a sudden, an ear-splitting siren echoes throughout the cabins. It set an alarm again, warning us of a volatility in Mephistopheles. But it was much louder, much more painful than the ones we've heard before. And this time, it wasn't the only thing that assaulted our senses. Huh? You've never had flashing light like this before, right? What is it this time? The hell did you feed this bloody rickety bus? Oh, this must be a signal that the long-awaited adventure is finally nigh! Ah! Anyway, is this what we've been waiting for, this whole time? No. Julius frowned as though he sensed that something was off. He turned to Faust. It was one of those rare occasions when I could sense the slightest hint of confusion from him. Wee woo. If he's flying and crying, if he's sick? What is this, Miss Faust? I wasn't informed of a siren like this before. First, a correction of falsehoods is in order. Mephistopheles is not bloody rickety, and eating is not a part of its behaviors. It does make infrequent use of the Enkeflin supply gear installed in the engine for fuel. That is no negative consequence. Even if it was, whatever issues that may arise can handily be repaired after a proper total disassembly. That was just a figure of speech. So what's this now? Sounds like the bus is about to explode. To label Mephistopheles as some bloody rickety bus completely disregards the amount of pain and effort Faust is dedicated to designing, and Heathcliff, if you don't take it back, I don't think she's ever going to stop. Seriously? Yeah, Heath, take it back. The bus might actually blow up before she explains anything. I take back what I said earlier. I cannot comprehend what you are attempting to take back. Your rather abstract reference to this unknown concept you supposedly mentioned earlier is hardly clarifying. Allow me to list the specifications of screws used in Mephistopheles' construction that makes this creation so impressive. First, fine, I take back what I said about the bus. It's not bloody rickety, and it doesn't eat. Sorry, alright? The cavern briefly echoes with his cries, then brief silence. I think I see Faust flashed right previous grin of satisfaction. She was doing that on purpose. Good. Is the clown show over? This juvenile, tedious exchange is testing my patience. Yeah, it's a bit different from the usual alarms. I don't think this one's for a new door. It's quite simple. The night is here. What do you mean? What? Talk or snap your... Okay. Walpurgis Night is here, it seems. The night is not here. That is very apparent, at least in this coastal area. The name does not refer to the time of day in which the sun moves beyond our line of sight. It appears to me that by that designation you are referring to a certain phenomenon. These songs seem to be doing a little better now that the waves had died down somewhat. I am indeed. I am certain that all of you are most familiar with the fact that extracting identities and ego from mirror worlds is one of the many functions of Mephistopheles' engine. But its reach is rather limited, even as it has expanded over our journey. We have yet to reach mirror worlds that are too far from our own. Is the Golden Boat's doing? I noticed that it was fishing up more and more new things the longer our journey went on. Broadly speaking, yes, you could say that. Dante and our collective experiences gradually expand our range of extractions. Normally, extractions require a certain resource, but there were times when the identity cards appeared out of nowhere. Do you recall them, Dante? Yeah, some of them just randomly popped out of the engine. Huh. Wait, slow down. The hell is an identity card? Oh, you still didn't know? That tells of you, Heathcliff. You have a talent for ignoring anything you don't care about. You know... It fits. Because Heathcliff doesn't have any other identities. And neither IDs yet. You looking to get your head smashing or what? Alright, knock it off, you guys. Guide buds giving us the evil eye. There, you know, the things the manager pulls out of the engine from time to time. Yeah, I know. Each Walpurgis Night has one or two IDs, if not more, and at least one ego that went with it. And I can't get any of those until the next Walpurgis. Yeah. So I have to wait for like a month for any of that, which is fine. There's little rectangular objects with our alternate world. Wait. Was it mirror worlds? Anyways, it's those things with depictions of our other selves on them. Yes, the things that look like mahjong tiles. I thought they looked a bit like wafers. I believe their denomination comes from their appearance as cards that contain identities. Thus, it naturally follows that they are named identity cards. We're using those rectangular toys to transform into our alternate selves? Ah. I never used them before. Oddly fitting. That's because I'm the one using them. Ah. On the device issued to Dante are indentations through which identity cards and ego can be inserted. They are reflected when we participate in a battle. Oh, so that's what they were fidgeting with before every fight. I could tell from his flabbergasted expression that none of it had ever even occurred to Heathcliff. On the other hand, Don Quixote wore a somewhat forlorn expression. Wrong, Don Quixote. Well, Is this not about time when Ishmael would intrude upon this conversation and denounce Heathcliff with biting words such as, "You still didn't know? That's just like you." This emptiness weighs heavily upon mine heart. Oh, you're right. Something was missing from this whole convo. I knew it. You're right, daft bastards. Enough. We're not getting the information we need. Miss Frost, please explain the present situation. What are these green lights? Understood. If we take into account the case of identity cards Dante received without spinning any lunacy, we can draw a conclusion that the Mephistopheles extraction has an element of unpredictability tied to its certainty. How is she blathering about now? If this item is of your design, say that it has an element of unpredictability would indicate that. Correct, enkephalin fuels the engine, yes. However, extractions and reconstructions utilize chaos. Well, in easier terms, you could say that it uses the concept of possibilities itself as a fuel. Our extraction range grows when we are able to clearly observe specific possibilities in the infinitely branching mirror worlds. During this period, however, the borders between the mirror realities are entirely shattered. Using the present as our anchoring point, it could be said that our current extraction range is approximately 3 years to the past or the future. During Walpurgis Night, however, that range grows to about 10 years or even more. In that case, without meaning to say that identities of prominent fixtures from times past may grace us with. Theoretically speaking, yes, but each Walpurgis Night has its own peculiarities. It will not let us reach into all potential possibilities. Then, does that mean that we may also be able failed our alternate selves as the legendary fixer, the Magnificence, the one and only Red Mist? Red Mist? Red Mist mentioned? Eh? That is extremely unlikely, but I will not completely dismiss the possibility. The extended range, I suppose, could be defined by worlds affected by entities that were indispensable to the formation of this current state of the world. Examples of that would be the lobotomy corporation headquarters prior to white nights and dark days. And in some ways, your words sometimes find a roundabout way to the truth, Don Quixote. I didn't know who this Red Mist was, nor did I know what white nights and dark days was. But I could hazard a guess that they both must have been pretty significant, considering that for Achilles, his face grew visibly tense as soon as they were mentioned. His sinners were unsettled too. You can conclude that this siren is no cause for any immediate concern then. No, it isn't. Consider it a festival that arrives once in a while. For now. Festival. Festive times. Friend is festive too. I don't know if I got all that, but this isn't what we've been waiting for, is it? No, we will continue to wait. The sinner sighed and groaned with disappointment as the newfound anticipation faded. Fizzled. Well, something did happen, but it was something that would get us moving. I can see what a disappointment this might be to them. So how do we stop that green light from flashing? It will turn itself off when Dante extracts something from the engine. Do not worry. Right, back to the business. Dante, extract something and turn that alarm off. We'll just be running more dungeons through the back door with whatever new thing they pull anyway. Still, this leisureliness is a very rare opportunity, isn't it? Blessed be the patient one, or so it is said. Every sinner says their piece before returning to their seats. Some of them walk out of the cabin to gaze at the lake. Something they must be growing a tad tired of doing at this point. Either just going to go out for a long sigh. And Otis walked up to me. Are you not worried, Executive Manager? Huh? About what that mad scientist said. For now, there has to be more to that sentiment. Should I investigate this matter further? Otis was right. While Faust did tell us that to consider this nothing more than a festival that arrives once in a while, he definitely knew more than she was letting on. But if Faust speaks of something in her characteristically cryptic manner, it means that she'll never tell us until she wants to. Well, it does bother me a little, but right now, we don't have a lot of options. Let's just put a pin in it for now. Otis nodded affirmatively, bowed, and returned to his seat. Well, let's get extracting, like Faust said. No. Now, I have been on the edge of falling asleep a few times there. So, that means it's a good time to end it. To end the stream. Leave starting Canto 5 for next time, huh? I mean, might or might not be as long as the last Canto, but hey. By the way, I should grab these. Alright. Then 70, so 7 hours. Let's go with that. Alright. Because that'll refresh while I'm sleeping. Then when I wake up, I'll do more, assemble more, till around 4 o'clock. Then I'll do at least one more, depending on if I'm available. And then I'll have enough energy by the time the next stream. Alright. Yep. I shall see y'all next time then. Goodbye.